Matchams Park on the Hampshire-Dorset border, the setting for Britain's brightest motorsport event. Remember last year?
And they creep toward the start gate. They're on the way now. All laps on the track. And can Bradley make a good start? It does look like he's got it. Oh, they're down there. And it was one of the Suzuki boys that went down.
Watch the gate go. There you can see the dirt fly as they rocket towards the bend. Watley on the outside. Nichols it is. Nichols by a short head almost lost it. And Nichols has gone in spectacular fashion. A little bit of a wobbly moment there again for Andy Nichols. And Watley passed him, brought him down. Watley rammed Andy Nichols,
trying to get on the inside of him. These two lads are batting it out. They don't need to do it. He's got over the top. They don't need to race this hard, but they're still determined. And up behind comes Bradley.
Yes, welcome to the second year of Supercross, now known as the Honda UK Open. Last year's series was so popular with you, the viewers, that we're back again for 8 more rounds of what we hope will be spectacular action before we find our new champion. And with me now, the winner of that first series, Jeremy Watley. Jeremy, it was exciting stuff last year, and I think everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's the first time this type of racing has been put on TV. The spectators can see the whole circuit, kind of like Speedway really, but on a motocross type circuit.
You're back again, defending your title. Do you think it's going to be a tougher battle this time round?
It certainly will be. Because of the coverage you got on TV, everybody wants to put their riders in it and get their manufacturer's name all over the TV. So there's some good riders here this year, like Craig Dack and Ryan Hunt, to name just but a few. It is going to be a really hard battle today.
One rider with his own battle to wage is Phil Hannam. He's our cameraman, riding simply to give you a better view, like here in practice.
Okay, here we go. Second turn for top of the doubles. Down the second gear for this one. Cut in tight. The rud's a little bit loose under here. It's a bit tricky. This is a tight corner. It's very, very loose. Give it too much throttle and you're off. Sharp right-hand corner and up over the bridge. Over the bridge. Accelerate fast in third down here. Down the second gear. Got to stay in this rut, left line. Got to keep in a rut over this bridge. Go in front, slow me down a bit. Get a move on. Another tricky little tabletop. Through left second gear again through here, through the whoopty-doos. These are a little bit tough. Tired head, stop. Too many lines forming. All right, Hunt's gone a bit sideways. There we go. Going to have him up the inside, no. Miss the gear. Up over the last tabletop, back onto the end of the first lap. Third gear down here. Third over the first jump. Down the second for this one.
That's a quick taste, an appetizer for our commentator, Barry Nutley.
Well, last year, for our first effort, really was a success. The quality of riding was good. But this year, I think we've got something very special in that the whole entry has got strength in depth all the way through.
Yeah, now when you say that, I mean, are you talking about the teams or the individuals or the fact that we've got overseas riders?
Well, that obviously has to lend something to it, but the teams are strong, the individuals are strong. We've got a mix of talent and experience in the Watleys and the Nichols, if you like, and the rest Jarmans, but we've also got those people up from the schoolboy ranks who are very, very quick and already have made a name for themselves in the adult world.
In each of the first 7 rounds, the seniors have 2 heats with the top 6 in every race going into a round final. Points are at stake in each 4-lap contest with an individual and team competition.
The 1989 Matchams Supercross gets underway with a real promise of a dice between numbers 5 and 6. Number 5, Jeremy Watley, last year's champion, now has, as his new Herron Suzuki teammate, number 6, Rob Herring, who of course was formerly mounted on Yamaha, but the fact that they're riding the same machinery will no way detract from the rivalry that exists between these two fiercely competitive riders, both contesting the 1989 250 Grand Prix. They'll be locked in combat as the gate drops, 12 riders go, everyone scores a point, 15 for the win, and hitting the front as they come past the commentary point for the first time. Number 5, Jeremy Watley, but it looks as though Watley's not going to have it all his own way this year because the pack is really breathing down his neck as he comes under the bridge for the first time. The berm there has been widened. There's more room for the riders to pass. Over the bridge, pioneering. Second place, it's number 10, Julian Rawson, last year on Honda, this year on Yamaha. From Toddington in Bedfordshire, young Rawson, 18 years of age, hot in pursuit of Jeremy Watley. So the other yellow bike is way down there in 6th place. A lone Suzuki leads, the Suzuki number 5 of Jeremy Watley. Rawson in second. In third place, it's Craig Dack, the Australian, number 9 on the Yamaha. But Watley still away from Rawson. That's how close the riders are. A gaggle of machinery in there. 6 different makes represented in this. Suzuki, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Honda, KTM and Fujiva, the Italian make, involved in this first heat. Watley leads under the bridge. Second place, still it's Rawson, number 10. In third place, Craig Dack, the Australian, up into fourth. Mervyn Anstey on the Honda. Third place in the British Championship 1987 and 1988, Anstey. Assisted by a local engineering company from Andover, Southern Forms, have helped Anstey throughout his career. Off comes a ripple. Up went the hand from Watley, pulled away the goggles. But a real tussle in second place. Watley still only 5 or 6 lengths. But look at this tussle in second. They're very, very close indeed. Nothing between the second and third men, but Watley away in the lead. Number 5, Aaron Suzuki, Jeremy Watley. Nothing between these two. Number 10, Julian Rawson. Number 9, that's Dack, the Australian, who specialised all the way from Sydney. Does not like our climate. One bit, and Rawson up, and Craig Dack is down, and the machine being landed on by the rest of the riders, but Craig Dack picking himself up, the riders beating the machine to pieces, absolutely destroying that Yamaha. And Dack fell as a result of Julian Rawson getting a little bit crossed up as he came out. And just look at the condition of Craig Dack's Yamaha. The back end virtually torn off as the rest of the field rode over it. Watley coming round for the last lap flag, the yellow and black striped flag. Second place, it's Rawson. Third place, it's Anstey. Watley under the bridge. Very, very close indeed. Still that battle going on. Anstey has dropped away again. Rawson still in second. Had it not been for Rawson's little mishap there, then Craig Dack would certainly have been in the thick of the action. That tumble, dramatic tumble to say the least, gave Watley the advantage he was looking for. He's capitalised on it, streaked away, and is now coming round to take the checkered flag with something like 300 yards to go to clinch this, the first leg, first heat in the first leg of the Matchams Supercross. Second place still Julian Rawson. Checkered flag is out. Watley takes the win. Rawson goes over the line in second. The Honda of Mervyn Anstey was third.
So Jeremy Watley starts the defence of his title with 15 points. Second, Julian Rawson. Third, Mervyn Anstey. But what about one of the favourites, Craig Dack?
I got a pretty good start. I was third behind my teammate Julian Rawson. And I come under the bridge there, and I was concentrating on what I was doing, and Julian's got out of shape, and he was, as I come up the jump under the bridge there, he was just sideways, and I had nowhere to go. I just ran in the back of him, and I just sort of high-sided off the bike. Pretty simple crash, really, but the bike was lying right in the middle of the track, and several other riders just come over the jump and landed on top of the bike, therefore pretty much destroying it.
Craig Dack's bike, a sorry sight. He'll now have to ride his reserve. But on with the action.
Off to a blistering start, and Heat 2 promises to be no less exciting, with 2 of the younger talents bursting onto the adult scene for 1989. Numbers 3 and 4, Craig Prattley and Ryan Hunt, respectively, in the same Honda team. Prattley, who came up from the schoolboy ranks and in fact was one of our competitors here last year, came into his first adult race of the season at the New Year's Day meeting at Hawkston Park and trounced many of the established adult aces to win the event. Ryan Hunt, 18 years of age, from Johannesburg in South Africa. Those could well be the key men, and a faller, 2 fallers down first. Then already as number 7, Mark Eastwood, trailing 2 Kawasaki's numbers 16 and 17. That's Colin Thomas and Phil Small, who was our cameraman last year. But Phil Small it is. Phil Small, number 17, on the Kawasaki, leading. Young Mark Eastwood there, trying to get through on the inside, number 7 on the Suzuki. But Philip Small, a local man from the Portsmouth area, having ridden in this part of the country for many, many years, took our camera round for us last year, but is already 2 or 3 lengths in the lead in front of his Kawasaki teammate, Colin Thomas. And in third place, it's number 7, Mark Eastwood on the Suzuki, son of the former British champion and television motocross star of the 60s, Vic Eastwood, and those of you who watched television scrambling in the 60s will remember the name of Vic Eastwood. Well, that's his son, riding number 7, Mark Eastwood, from Swanley in Kent. But the leader, number 17 on the Kawasaki, Bill Small. Small, one of the partners in the former Small World motorcycle dealership based locally in Hampshire. Having been a Kawasaki dealer and up to second place now. The other Kawasaki having come down under the bridge, up to second place, it is indeed Mark Eastwood. So Eastwood on his way to 12 points if the thing stays the way as it is. And Phil Small, having snapped his mark so far, but a battle between second and third now between the two Suzukis. Here's Mark Eastwood, another Suzuki in close company. Ashley Kane from Newcastle, the young northeasterner who did so well for us and in fact finished second in the Matchams Stadium Cross Series at the end of 1988 and travels the length and breadth of the country, assisted by local Bike Sport, who are a dealership up in Newcastle, and helped finance this young man travelling the length and breadth of the country all the way from the northeast today down to Matchams Park. But Eastwood closing. Mark Eastwood is closing now on Phil Small, number 17. Nothing between these first three. Halfway around the race now, each lap about 600 yards. Kawasaki leads, Suzuki in second, Suzuki in third, high in the air, Small, number 17, front brake hard on, rear wheel locks up, snaps down the gearbox, around the tight turn, up over the new double jump, flicking it towards the left hander. This is exciting stuff. A brilliant ride in this, the second heat for Phil Small. Nicely in control. Team Green boss Alec Wright will be pleased about this one. The back end nearly picked him over the handlebars, but he's okay, still with it. But that Suzuki of Mark Eastwood is ever closer. Young Eastwood, the bit between his teeth. Out goes the left leg, looking for the inside line. Closing now on Phil Small. Nothing between these two. Action-packed second heat here at Matcham Stadium for the 89 Supercross title. A lot of money at stake. £2,000 in prize money for the overall winner. At the end of the day, 15 points for a win. Every race will be 4 laps. When we get through at the end of the series to the grand final, they'll race over 5 for double points. So there's everything to go for. Look how close Eastwood is. The rear wheel of Small's Kawasaki locks up. Eastwood now with him, hooking it up the gearbox. Goes up double jump again. Still on the inside line, he's got a chance. Tremendous action. Phil Small, Mark Eastwood. Father Vic is here today. Checkered flag waiting for these two, and Eastwood had a little slip there. A momentary slip, which I think has cost him the victory. The checkered flag is out. Philip Small takes the win. Mark Eastwood in second, and a real battle now between Ashley Kane, who gets the verdict from a Honda rider.
Last year, Phil Small was our cameraman. This year, he's obviously decided on better exposure for himself. A good ride and 15 points to Phil. We'll take a short break now. Join us in a couple of minutes for our first schoolboys race.
This year then? Well, there could be a lot of lead in old paintwork.
But had no real reward. This year, the sponsors have supplied this handsome prize for the mother of the winning schoolboy rider.
It's a good thing Honda have done because it's rewarding the family, and this is very much a family sport. When you look around amongst these lads, they're supported by their parents. It costs a lot of money, and for the family to get a prize, that really is something.
So, pride and a prize for Mum at stake. Over now to David.
The schoolboys come to the line for the start of Heat 1, and a very interesting collection of schoolboys here we've got. A bigger turnout than last year, and they're all out to try and topple Danny Wilkinson, who was joint first in the series last year. Matthew Harvey's the one we've got to watch out for, number 6, because he's the man who is the reigning ACU champion. He's a champion of the National League. He also is champion of champions, so that man knows how to be first across the line. Will he make it this time? Let's watch out there for number 6 and number 9, Danny Wilkinson, the defending champion, who last year here at the Supercross had a fantastic battle with Warren Edwards, who's now moved up in the senior ranks. And straight into the lead there, Danny Collins, all the way to Liverpool, flies over those jumps, and he'll be pleased with that start. That's Danny Tollett then, number 5, streaking away at the front, hotly pursued by Danny Wilkinson. There they are, leading the pack through. They've gone under the bridge around that right-hander. these schoolboys were a little bit nervous of this track because many of them do not have the opportunity to ride under these conditions, but they're tackling it fine style now. On two 5cc bikes, and still then roaring away in the lead now. Number 5 it is, setting a hot pace. The lad from Liverpool rides for Honda, taking it wide that time. He left a bit of a gap for number 9 Wilkinson to cut in, but no hope. He couldn't get enough revs to come on inside. So up in front then, still looking good right now. Danny Tollett it is. So Honda first and second, and in third place looks like he's worked his way through. He has. It's Matthew Harvey. That's the threat for those two leaders at the front. Are they going to do team tactics then on the red bikes, because thundering up from behind them, and he's on a 125 Yamaha. So still in the lead then, number 5, followed by number 9, Danny Wilkinson, and behind then in third place is Matthew Harvey, number 6, and in fourth spot is Roy Prescott, number 10. That's the order. 2 Hondas, 1 Yamaha, and look at that as Wilkinson thunders through. And he's taken Tollett as they went up that climb. We've not seen anybody overtake there before, but it gave him plenty of air. He held it as he came down. That sharp right-hand hairpin is there. He's lost it. He's lost it. They've both gone down. Wilkinson and Tollett have both gone down. It's allowed Harvey to steam past them. Who's going to be first on his bike and away? But they've no chance now of getting amongst the big points at the top, because 15 for first, down to 12 for second, and 10 for third. And they're out of the top scoring points now. That really has been a turn-up for the books. So Matthew Harvey then on his Yamaha to go into that lead. But he's being challenged very hard indeed. He has turned the top right upside down as the man who was third now takes first place. That's him flying through the air, and it's Harvey in fine style with Roy Prescott, who's come a long way here from Ormskirk to ride this race. He's one of the much travelled riders in this event, and he's in second place now. So there they go, these riders now. And Harvey will know what to do. Very experienced rider indeed, Matthew Harvey. He's only 15 years of age, comes from Ipswich, and he's been 7 years riding motocross, so he's now using all that skill. So these young lads, despite being only 15 years of age, imagine 7 years of motocross experience this rider has got. No wonder he was number 1 at just about everything last year. Stylish performance, and I don't think he's going to let anybody get close to him now, as way back in 7th place, number 9, there was such a hot pace originally, Darling Wilkinson, trying to get some points on the leaderboard, but they're not going to challenge this to the front. There is number 6, Matthew Harvey. And a nice little battle for second and third behind, because Roy Prescott seems to have drifted back a bit into third place. But they're coming round now, 1 lap to go. What's going to happen behind him? No doubt about it, Harvey's got it stitched up good and proper, and being chased by Neil Prince. Prince has gone into second place now. That lad's come here from Wrexham, and he's in good form right now. He started the season way back on January the 1st, New Year's Day, with a win, and he'd like there, I think, to get up and challenge Harvey. He must have had a very bad start indeed, Neil Prince. He's in second place now. Roy Prescott is in third. Look at that gap now. That lad Prince really closed up, but I'm not quite sure if he's putting the same amount of power on as Harvey, because Harvey manages to get away on the straight, and it's on the tricky bits that Prince closes up. So they head round now toward the checkered flag. Harvey, I think, is confidently got this one sorted out, but if he lets slip at all, and he's not too happy on the bends, he's not too happy there, but he's got the power on the straights. Very interesting to see if Prince can start better, what he'd do, because he seems to be the faster man round the corner. But he's dropped back quite a bit. What has happened to Prince? I think we've lost Prince. And going across the line, Harvey. Well done, Matthew Harvey.
Matthew Harvey with 15 points under his belt then, after that pile-up between the 2 Honda lads. In the other schoolboy heat in round 1, Jason Burrows took the honours. Another 7 rounds to go for the schoolboys, remember. Meanwhile, in the seniors final, let's get Phil Hannam's view of the start.
The final of round 1 brings us the top 6 riders from each of the previous heats, and a real mix of talent. A lot of yellow in there, a lot of green. I can see the number 1 Honda of Anstey. A surprise in his heat, number 7 Mark Eastwood. He'll be pushing hard for the front. Of course, Anstey will on the Honda. He's keen to get up there as well. Number 15, that was Small, 17, I beg your pardon, Phil Small on the Kawasaki. The only other man apart from Jeremy Watley on 15 points so far. 5 laps to go. The gate drops. Heading towards the left-hander. There wasn't a very good start. A bit of a problem there. One of the riders left on the line. And Anstey left behind. Number 1 Mervyn Anstey left as the gate drops. 5 laps, not very long. Can't do much about it. Under the gate for the first time. It is indeed young Mark Eastwood, number 7. A KTM in second place. Another Suzuki in third. Another KTM in fourth. Eastwood leads. Watley's there. Number 25, Matthew Bates. Young Matt Bates from Crowthorne. Going around the outside of Jeremy Watley. A bit ambitious, but he almost gets away with it. Jeremy Watley up to second, but young Eastwood leading. Matthew Bates in third, a good ride for him so far. Mark Eastwood, knowing full well that he has last year's series winner breathing down his neck. Early days yet, round one, final, a long, long way to go. A further 7 events before the final outcome is decided. A rundown on the positions at the end of the first lap. Eastwood leads, Watley in second place, number 5. Number 25, Matt Bates in third. Number 4, the Honda rider, young Ryan Hunt, 18-year-old South African, in fourth place and pushing hard. So he's desperate to get that red Silkaline Honda up among the yellow perils and the KTM of Matt Bates. Mark Eastwood looking beautifully in control on the Suzuki. These machines very highly technically developed, in excess of 40 brake horsepower, 13 inches of suspension travel back and front, disc brakes, liquid cooled, as light as light can be, but at the same time immensely strongly built. Watley weighing up the situation, having a brilliant ride considering at the end of last season Jeremy Watley fell very heavily and broke a femur, his thigh bone, quite seriously damaged at the end of the 1988 season, which ruined his 250cc Grand Prix hopes and left him completely out of contention. But he's back with a bang for 89, and just how much he's back is being demonstrated here today as he sets off after young Mark Eastwood, 18 years of age, will be doing the 250 Grand Prix for Heron Suzuki this year, riding for England across the world in the World Championships. The 250cc's reckoned to be possibly the most important Grand Prix events and the most seriously contested, with the quality of riders all the way down through the ranks. And in third place still Matt Bates. Number 14, Stuart Coyle up to fourth on the Kawasaki. The last lap flag is out. Mark Eastwood on his way round now. The last lap flag. Stuart Coyle closing on young Matt Bates in third place. Mark Eastwood number 7. Jeremy Watley number 5. Now Eastwood getting away from Watley. Jeremy Watley not having it all his own way. We needed at this stage Phil Small and his Kawasaki to get amongst there with the bigger points, because points are important to him. He was a heat winner. He collected 15. Eastwood came home for 12 points in his heat, so the win will do no harm at all to Eastwood's championship chances, even though it is an early stage in the competition. Watley hasn't let go. Stuart Coyle still in fourth place on the Kawasaki. The checkered flag is out. Over the line goes Mark Eastwood, number 7. In second place, number 5, Jeremy Watley. A brilliant ride for number 25, the 17-year-old Matthew Bates from Crowthorne in Berkshire, in his first full year of adult competition. Mark Eastwood, number 7, the winner.
So, at the end of round 1, 2 Suzuki riders have 27 points. Last year's champion, the local hero, Jeremy Watley, and the young pretender, Mark Eastwood.
Yeah, well, I was waiting for him to make his move. I thought he was going to get me any minute.
And the funny thing is, of course, this is his local track. He probably knows this better than anyone.
Oh, I don't know. I've been down here a lot.
Have you?
I love this place.
You like it, do you?
Yeah,
you like it even more now?
Yeah, well.
Let's see if you can do as well next time. Well done.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
All right.
That's it for the first round. 7 more action-packed programs to come. This is just the start.